this morning to welcome you, to thank you, and to officially announce that I am seeking re-election to be a member of the Virginia House of Delegates representing the 23rd District. Since my election on January 10th, 2006, can you believe how far we've come? I have tried to represent a new day in our political system, a new generation of leaders who put people and principle before party and politics, and who make the future of our Commonwealth and a commitment to do what is right our highest priorities. In everything I have done, whether through votes, initiatives, projects, or legislation, I have sought to create partnerships, form coalitions, reach across the aisle to those who may agree with me, and most importantly, to those who may not. And here's a secret that not everyone would want you to know. It is working. The willingness to work together is the reason we have been able to accomplish so much in so little time. Look at the rail system. The new rail system from Lynchburg and Richmond to Washington, D.C., a dream of our chamber for more than 12 years, became a reality when I reached up to legislators all along the corridor, Republicans, Democrats, and even those from Roanoke, working, who kind of see it as the next step. Working with Norfolk Southern, Amtrak, the Virginia Rail Express, the Virginia Rail and Public Transportation, and the governor's office, so that today we are making an investment in inner-city passenger rail for the very first time in Virginia's history. And Lynchburg now has the potential to be a significant transportation hub in our Commonwealth, something that was not possible before. About 2 years ago, a citizen went to Mike Doucette, our Commonwealth's attorney, who reached out to me. It was an issue having to do with identity theft. We worked with the Attorney General's office, bankers, retailers, consumer protection groups to put together legislation whose sole purpose was to prevent a crime before one was ever committed. CSO, year in and year out. I have worked with a senator from Richmond, Senator John Watkins, a Republican who's a good friend of our very own Elliott Schul. Every year we're trying to seek CSO funding to clean up the James River and the Chesapeake Bay. And this year, working cooperatively with Governor Kane and our very own Secretary of Natural Resources, Preston Bryant, we secured $25 million for Lynchburg CSO. Which is an investment in public health and public safety for generations to come. The point of this is the strategy that's working in providing medical care to the elderly, helping our children with autism, getting the seed money for the Center for Advanced Engineering and Research. It's working on these projects and on so many others. It is about citizens working with legislators. It's about Republicans working with Democrats. It's about businesses working with government. It is not about creating enemies. It is about creating opportunities. It is not about being a member of a political party. It is about being a member of a community. It is not about doing this for winning and losing because your team is in charge. It is about a willingness to stand up for every man, woman, and child, regardless of who is in charge. You know that we're living in serious times, and I talk about it everywhere I go. 2 wars, international conflicts with Iran and North Korea, a global economic crisis, the lack of a cohesive energy plan, healthcare, education, 10% of Virginians living below the poverty level. But I firmly believe if we are going to address these issues in a meaningful way, it is going to take each and every one of us willing to come together and work together. There's a quote I've shared with some of you recently. Healthcare has kind of been on my mind a lot. And there's a book written by a surgeon out of Brigham whose name is Atul Gawande. And he wrote a book called Better. And in the book, there's a quote that says, "Better is possible. It doesn't take genius. It takes diligence. It takes moral clarity. It takes ingenuity. And above all, it takes a willingness to try." Since I have been in this position for 4 sessions in nearly 3.5 years, I am determined that we can do this better. Government can be more open and honest and accountable to you. We can make wise investments, reduce waste, focus on results, and in the end, create a world that is better. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm running. I am running again because I believe that together it is possible to create a world for our children that is better than the one we live in today. For the last 3.5 years, we have been building every day a foundation upon which better is possible, where our strengths far outweigh our differences, and where our common good reflects our common sense. That's the strategy we need in the economy that we're facing, so that we're always focusing on economic opportunity, job creation, long-term growth. That's how we're going to get a comprehensive energy plan where we make our traditional energy sources more efficient as we develop wind, solar, biomass, hydropower, and nuclear. It's how we can support and challenge our educational system so that every child grows up to know the sacredness of hard work and the dignity of a job. Are you okay? I was going to share with you, I did bring my glasses up here. There is a quote that was written by an educator and philosopher who was born in 1859. His name's John Dewey. And he wrote, "The trouble is we have taken our democracy for granted. We've thought and acted as if our forefathers had founded it once and for all. We've forgotten that it has to be enacted anew in every generation, in every year, and every day." Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe this is an opportunity and a time when we must enact our democracy anew. I believe this election is a defining moment for us. It has nothing to do with Washington. It has nothing to do with Richmond. It has everything to do with our community. I know today there'll be a number of us going out knocking door to door, but every day from this day forward, there will be opportunities for you to come and join us and to work together. It's imperative that we roll up our sleeves and work for this, so that we're continuing to build upon a foundation that's based on hope and respect and the promise of a better day. I would like to thank everyone who's been willing to be here today. Ann Gibbons, I think God did that for you. Father Gallagher, the firefighters, our own Elliot Schultz, Steve Bozeman, our city council members who were able to join us, Leighton Dodd, who is not only our former mayor, but my finance chairman, and doing a great job, and my family. Let me see if I turn around. You're so far away. I will tell you, they put up with so much. Mike is truly the best person I have ever known in my life. And Catherine, Jack, and Brooke, my 3 children, inspire me every day. We're speaking in a Sunday school group over at Peakland Methodist Church a few weeks ago, and I was asked the question, how do you stay grounded? I said, I have a 16-year-old. I can do nothing, wear anything right, nothing's good. But they are my rock, and I just love them and thank them so much. And to all of you for making me believe that better is possible, not because of me, but because of who we are together. Thank you all so very much.